forward to this.
What's up everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be going over a new hero concept for Mace Windu. Now, this post was made by the user LocoGamingRocker, and so all credit goes to him. His link will be down in the description below. So I'm probably going to be doing a couple videos on hero concepts for a whole bunch of different heroes. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and let me know. Comment down below what heroes you guys want to see and what you think about this whole video idea. So this does not confirm that any heroes are coming. This is just some concepts that this guy made. And I agree with a lot of the things he says, so let's get right into it. So the first part is the voice actor, and we both agree that Samuel L. Jackson should be the one who voices him. So let's just say he somehow gets into the game. I personally do not believe that Sam Jackson will be able to voice act as him, just because I don't think DICE is going to spend that much money on him. I think it'll be someone else, I'm not too sure, maybe the person who acted as him in the Clone Wars series. I'm not too sure about his name, but let's go on to the next part, and that's all about his base health. He says that he should have 800 health without star cards, or even 950 when maxed out. And 950 health, of course, that's a lot, but Mace Windu was a pretty strong character in the prequel, so it kind of makes sense to have him at 800 and 950 when maxed out, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Now we're going to go on to the abilities he listed, and he did a pretty good job on these. These are really interesting. So the left ability, which is his first one, is titled Force Crush, and it says the cooldown time would be 25 seconds and it deals 200 damage, and it can one-hit kill all 4 trooper classes, which is why it has a longer cooldown time. I think all the force pushes and all that should one-hit kill all of the troopers, but that's just my opinion. And the description says a dark side power that would be used to lift up the targets off of the ground, similar to Darth Vader's Force Choke or Darth Maul's Force Grip, and crushes the targets, dealing a high amount of damage. Now this ability sounds pretty awesome, and if he does get into the game, I hope they do something similar to this, because it makes sense. Mace Windu was kind of he wasn't into the dark side, of course, but he did use some dark side powers in Legends, and I think some in canon. The next ability he talks about is the middle ability, and it is titled Vapid, and it also says, also known as Form 7. He says the ability active time would be 30 seconds, the cooldown time would be up to 1 minute, which is quite a lot. The damage reduction would be 5%, health increase 25, the ability cooldown rate would be 5%, increased damage would be 10, the increased damage to force users would be 15, and finally the increased stamina drain would be 10%. So obviously, I know that's a lot, but this is basically a huge buff ability, and it goes on to say that this allows Mace Windu to negate the effects of immobilizing abilities, which is your stun, freezes, and chokeholds, and all that other kind of stuff. It also says he does 20% extra damage to vehicles, as well as 15% extra damage to galactic assault objectives, which is your MTT, AT-AT, all that other stuff. So he talks about a few other things that this ability would do, and it's pretty complicated, but it sounds pretty awesome. It makes sense. It's kind of, like I said earlier, just a huge buff. So let's go on to his last ability, which is for his right ability, and it is titled Force Dash. Now it says here the damage would do 20. I think that's a typo. I think he meant to say 200. So we're just going to go with that, 200 damage, and it says this allows Mace Windu to dash forward and can be used as an attack, which is similar to Yoda, Luke, and Darth Maul, all their abilities. So finally on this part, we're going to be talking about his lightsaber form, and he used a very interesting one. It is Form 7 titled Vapid. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm probably wrong. And I don't know too much about this lightsaber form, but I've been reading up a little bit about it, and basically it's taking the light side and dark side forms and kind of mixing them together, making it extremely deadly. If you're watching the movies, he's really doing a lot of heavy strikes and all that, but you guys probably know a lot more about this than I do. So next we're going to be talking about all the potential skins he could have. The first one is his default, and that's without a cloak. He said he wore it frequently in the Geonosis Battle of Attack of the Clones, and also wore it frequently in the Clone Wars show. So the next one, he titled it as his Jedi Master appearance, and that'll be with his cloak but no hood up. And then the last one is a stealth appearance, and that's the cloak with the hood up. So these are pretty cool skins. I don't know what else they could have done, but let's get on to the next part, which is all about his emotes, and there's a lot of them. So we'll just go through them. The first one's "This Party's Over," one of my favorite memes for the prequels, and then "I Don't Think So," another pretty good one. "Take a Seat," that one would be pretty funny if he says that to Anakin. No, and it's the way he said it in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin offers to join Windu in arresting Palpatine. I remember making a video on this one. If you're a subscriber from a long time ago, I did some stupid meme about it, but let's go go on, it says, I'm going to end this once and for all. That's a good one, he could say that for Palpatine. And then, you're too dangerous to be left alive. And the final one I'm not even going to read. I'm just going to put it up on the screen right now and let you guys read it. So, he also listed a bunch of emotes that he could say to specific characters. I'm not going to go through them because I'll link the Reddit post in the description below, so if you guys want to read them, it's down there. And then next he lists some reasons why he should be added. His first reason is because he is a main character of the prequel trilogy and a Jedi Master. I think those are pretty good reasons why to add Mace Windu to the game. I know he's a fan favorite by a lot of people. I really would hope to see him, but my problem with it is I don't know who they would pair him with unless they just stop caring about balance reasons and they could just pair him with Jango Fett or something like that. I would be completely okay with that. But yeah, he lists a lot more reasons. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to kind of talk about my own. Personally, he is one of my favorite characters. He said a lot of funny lines. It's Samuel L. Jackson, one of the most popular actors of all time. But I think the two main reasons that we can have him added is because, number one, he had a really unique lightsaber form, which is of course Form 7, and the second reason is because he had a purple lightsaber. There's no one else in canon that I know of that has a purple lightsaber, and who wouldn't want to see that on the Battlefront? I just think he would be a really unique character with a lot of unique force powers and abilities, and of course that purple lightsaber. So that is the Mace Windu concept. Again, this was made by the Reddit user LocoGamingRocker, so all credit goes to you. I did message him making sure it was okay if I use this for the video. He said it's totally cool, so there's no worries about that. So yeah, that is the Mace Windu concept. I hope you guys like this video. I'm probably going to do a few more. It just depends on whether you guys like them or not. So let me know in the comments below. And if you're new, be sure and subscribe because I'm doing a lot of new Battlefront news and gameplay, especially when all these new updates come out with Obi-Wan, Geonosis, Anakin, Dooku. I'm going to be trying to make as many videos as possible for you all. And thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one.